Darlene, and I have Parkinson's. We're going to be making, it's Try It Thursday, and we're going to make homemade pizza. It's all new to me. So I need 10 minutes to have something start. So I'm going to start it, and then I'm going to talk about a couple little things while we're waiting. So I've got, well, there's my here. I've got 2.5 teaspoons of yeast, a teaspoon of sugar that I'm going to add into there, just like that, and a cup of warm water. All right, so that is just going to sit for 10 minutes. And while that's sitting for 10 minutes, getting ready and nice and frothy, I'm going to show some friend mail that I got. Yesterday, I was lucky enough to receive some friend mail. Now, I take it out of the big envelope here so that I can show you all, because I can't operate my fingers very good. It says thank you in a bunch of languages. Thanks, gracias, thank you, merci, much appreciated, so grateful. And then on the inside, it says Happy Valentine's Day, and it's from Penguin and the Chef, and they sent me the prizes from a trivia on their live. They did a trivia, and I was fortunate enough to answer one of the questions. I was pretty stupid with most of them, but I answered one. So they've sent us up a nice little package here. So the first thing they did, I don't use this, but my daughter does, so I'm going to give this to her. It says Love Bug. It's chapstick. She loves chapstick, so she's going to get that. Oh, look at these stickers here. There's all these hearts. Well, I can definitely use stickers. And I like this. And I'm notepad crazy. I love notes. Love more, worry less. You can hang on the refrigerator. And then I've got the most unusual bag of gourmet popcorn. It is, now what flavor did she say this was? Sugar cookie or something?
Yeah.
She said this is sugar cookie flavored popcorn. That's very unusual. Thank you very much, Julie and Kurt. I really appreciate that. So I'm just going to set that aside. My yeast is already going crazy. I'm going to set this here, and then I can move it afterwards. All right, what am I doing now? Okay, in this bowl here, I have got 2.5 cups of flour. I put that in ahead of time. And this is my mixer here. I tried using the stand mixer that I got from the kids, and the beaters are not as powerful as my little hand mixer. It sucks the dough up inside the motor, and I was afraid of that. So I'll use it for cake mixes and whipped cream and things, and I'll use this for my other doughs. I add 2 tablespoons of EVOO. I should give credit where the credit is due for this recipe here. Michelle at Chickens by the Lake, this is her pizza recipe for the dough. So I've watched her make it a few times. Now it said EVOO. I've got unrefined avocado oil. So that's what I'm using in there. That's why it's so green, is because it is unrefined. And a teaspoon of salt, which is right here. Okay, I'll just put that inside there. And mix it until it's together and flour does not stick to the sides of the bowl. Add more flour as needed, and then we let it rise. So here's my extra flour if I need it. It's been, let's see, how long has it been? It's only been 4 minutes, but this is really bubbled already. So I'm going to take it at 4 minutes because it is very bubbly. If your yeast isn't fresh, it won't bubble like that. So I knew mine was very fresh. And I keep my yeast in the refrigerator or in the freezer, but I take it out, a little bit before. I set this out this morning so that it got room temperature before I started. All right, let's get mixing and see what happens. You see, yeah. I love this deep bowl like this. Now she says it makes 2 pizzas. I was going to put one in the freezer and just use one, But then I decided I wanted to see what the difference is between cooking on a pizza stone and cooking on a pizza pan. So I'm going to do both of them tonight, and I'll maybe give Claudine some. But I'm going to try one on the stone and one on a pan. Oh, this is looking really good. It's amazing to me how much this little mixer does. I do not need to add more flour, that's for sure. I want to just show you what is happening with this dough. My hands aren't working very good. Darn it all. Okay. This dough, as you can see, is pulling away from the sides of the bowl, and it's really doing, I'm just going to give it a couple of things like this, and then it does not need any more beating with the beaters. It is, I'll do a little bit of hand mixing, which is really good for my hands to do that. But she said if you need more flour, because everywhere depends on your weather. Well, we're a very dry climate here. So, and if I mix it in the bowl like this, I'm not getting any mess. I've got a parchment on the table so that, you know, I don't even make a mess there. But and then we're just going to cover this with a towel. I'm just going to stop you there. I'm going to cover this with a towel. No, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to knead for a few minutes. I'm going to tell you a little tiny bit of the story. I'm going to put this on this parchment so that I can just get it going really good while I tell you a story. I'm going to tell you a story about when I was feeling feisty. This was, quite a few years ago. Now, this is when we first lived in Calgary. And, getting tattoos was a big deal. Everybody was getting tattoos. And of course, I was an old lady. So, you know, being an old lady, you really probably shouldn't be thinking about getting a tattoo. But I wanted to be cool. I thought that was the thing to do. So I didn't tell anybody except Bill that I wanted to get this tattoo. And so we went one day to get the tattoo. And it's a very big tattoo. It's on my back. It's a very big tattoo. And I had it a circle of dolphins, and I had an initial for each of the kids put in the circle of dolphins. I was told at the time that dolphins mate for life. I found out that is not true, but I got it for the right reason. It just wasn't true. But anyway, so I had this big tattoo with all these fish and or dolphins with their initials in it, and they put a bandage over it when they were finished. And as I was coming home, I said to Bill, I've got to do something to make it sort of funny for Claudine. She won't ever believe that I've got a tattoo. So we made up this whole story about how Mom got a bandage on her back. We said that we had gone to a restaurant and the waitress, she had accidentally tripped and she had a pot of coffee in her hands and the pot went flying and hot coffee went down my back, and now I got a big burn. I said, do you want to look at the burn? You can lift the bandage and just look at the burn. And she said, okay. And she lifted the corner. She couldn't believe I had a tattoo. She says, oh, Mom. And I said, yeah, got a tattoo. Okay, now I'm going to spray this inside. There we go. I'm going to take my lovely looking dough and smush it around, turn it over, and I will come back in an hour because it's going to rise for an hour. Again. Okay, it's risen for about 45 minutes. I thought it said an hour, it really said 30 minutes, so I did it for 45. So it's puffed right up. Now, and then see, look how nice that dough is. Anyway, that is beautiful dough. Look at this. That is gorgeous dough. Are you laughing at me?
Yeah.
I like playing with the dough. All right, I've got some oil in a bag. I'm not rolling this out until supper time. Now, we're only at not even 12 o'clock yet. So, 10:30. So I'm putting this in a bag. and I'm going to see if I can close it. I probably can't. If I can't, then I'll have to just tie it, but let's see. If I can close it, then I'm going to put it in the fridge, and then I'll take it out about an hour before I want to work with it so that it warms up. There, got it. Excuse me. So that will sit there in my refrigerator, and when we come back, we'll be making pizza. Hello everybody, we're back. All right. It's now 4 o'clock. We're getting ready to go from here. It's going to make 2 pizzas. We're going to do a little experiment. We're going to decide whether we like pizza on a stone or pizza on a tray. So, this is the first one. It's going to be Bill's pizza on a tray. I put a little parchment paper down on it because I'm not sure about sticking. It didn't say much. So, I'm going to cut this in half. Whoops. And I'm going to start to put it together. Now, they said you can roll it out or you can push it with your hands to the edges. I'm going to do a bit of both. I need my rolling pin though. I never forget. I mean, I never bring everything. I forget something every time. Goodness me. All right. Claudine brought me a couple of dresses that were fitting me. So this was one of them. It's nice to wear something that fits me. All right. Now, I should have put some flour down on this. I really am not prepared. Okay. Next time I will know what I'm doing. I really think that this is going to be good pizza though. I really do. All right. Now tomorrow, I'm going to be doing a how'd my day go, and I can tell you my day is starting with having to go to the lab and have an X-ray and an ultrasound. So that does not thrill me. I have to fast for it. They seem to be concerned that I'm losing 90 pounds without overly trying. And I said, I'm busy all the time. I'm moving all the time. I don't eat that much. I don't think there's anything to be worried about. But, okay. Now this is going to take a little bit for me to work this to the edges. Now what we're going to compare is this one, and then I also have a Pampered Chef pizza stone. So I'm going to try the pizza stone with the other one and see which one we like better. Okay. Okay, you know what? I'm going to pause you until I get this stretched out because that's kind of boring. So I'll be right back. Okay, that should be going. Yes, it is. Okay. Bill said this is big enough for him. So it's not stretched all the way, but it doesn't seem to want to stay there. So he told me what he wants on it. We're going to start with this Prima pizza sauce. And I'm going to brush it with this. You know, we could do garlic fingers this way too, Bill. We could do one time with one pizza and one garlic fingers. Mm-hmm. That would be good. Oops, I need a little more red sauce. All right. One thing that you are tempted to always put too much sauce on, but they say you shouldn't. So we're going to listen to what they say, and we're going to do what we do. All right. Now he doesn't want that. He wants a little bit of the teriyaki chicken. He said not too much. So we'll just a little bit of that on. I'm going to call this the works pizza. And we got a little bit of mushrooms. Now I've cooked the mushrooms a bit yesterday so that they had a little extra flavor. Now we've got peppers and onions that again have had a bit of cooking. And got some pineapple. I've got crushed pineapple. Now it was actually tidbits, and I put it through the food processor because it's nicer with the crushed pineapple. And he wants ham bits on his. Oh my gosh, Bill, that looks good.
Also.
Ooh. All right. Now he doesn't want any of the cream cheese. He just wants the mozzarella. So let's put the mozzarella on. And now what I'm going to do, it says to start by cooking it for 10 minutes. And then we check and then go up from there. I'm going to put my pizza stone in the, I'm going to turn you off, and I'm going to put my pizza stone in the oven to warm up. Then I come back, once my pizza stone is hot, this will go in the oven, and then I'll do mine. So I'm going to just turn you off and put this over by the counter and put the pizza stone in. Okay, let me tell you what has happened. You can just say,
Alexa, set a timer for 10 minutes.
don't touch this, it's very hot. Okay, let me tell you what has happened. I proceeded to...
Alexa, set a timer for 10 minutes.
I proceeded to drop the dish of ham and broke the dish and the ham all over the place. So, we are going to be hamless on mine. Okay, now, this stone has been warmed. Bill's is now in the oven, but because this is warm, Alexa, stop. Because, Alexa, stop. Because this is warm, I can't really get in there to fix it up. So, now, I'm going to do 2 different sauces on mine. I'm going to do barbecue sauce and Caesar salad dressing. Okay. I cannot believe I did that. Well, no, of course I can believe I did that. It's nothing new for me to do things like that.
Yeah.
I have yet today to hold on to anything. Everything I have touched has fallen. And I broke one dish and destroyed the ham. But, you know, Bill and I are getting used to it. I'm just worried about you touching this and getting burnt. Alright, so now, this is going to be a different type pizza with this Caesar dressing and the barbecue sauce. But that's the type that I like. I sometimes like just the garlic oil and garlic fingers. But the Caesar salad dressing is a lovely addition. Alright. I sure hope that this tastes good because, you know, I haven't made homemade pizza before that's turned out. It's always not turned out. It's always been raw. That's what the thing for me is. It's always been raw. Or, you know, all dough and no pizza. But Michelle makes it all the time, and hers looks way better than any you'd buy in a store. And I thought, I'm going to do that. Okay, there we go. Now I've got that sauce on there. Now, what have I got? I have got onions and green peppers. Oh, I can't really see what I'm doing here. Let me turn this around this a little bit. Can you just tip it down? Just there we go. Just like that. Okay, because I can't touch the handles of it. It's very hot. Okay, so that's that one. And I got mushrooms. All right. And I've got, oh, did I drop the pineapple too? I must have dropped the pineapple as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I get no pineapple either. Ham and pineapple is not for me. All right. So I'm going to put the cream cheese on mine. I like cream cheese. So that's going on just in blobs. Some people like feta cheese. I'm not a feta cheese person, so Cream cheese is very nice, but feta is not my type of cheese. I find it too salty.
I need your assistance for a second.
Okay, just 1 second. I have messy hands. Let me hold the bag. Okay, there you go. All right, now I'm going to put on the chicken. I'm going to have leftover chicken. That's nice because then I can have a salad tomorrow. One of these days I'm going to make what's called a hot top salad and show you all what that is. My brother is making that for his dinner tonight, and we love that. All right, now I'll put a little bit of this. Boy, I have made a mess. All right. I don't understand how everything I touched today, I dropped. But that's what happens. Okay. Now I'm going to turn you off because Bill's has to finish cooking and cool down a little bit. Mine has to go in the oven, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like before we eat. All right. Oh, you know what? I was going to tell you a story first. Let me just put my head down here. It's not really a story. I know I already told you a story today. Something I was just talking to my brother about. This pastor in Abbotsford, his name was Pastor Callenberg, and he was a Presbyterian pastor or minister.
Move your feet.
He was a Presbyterian minister. He was also the moderator of the Church of Canada. Now that's a very, very important position. So because of his position, he was supposed to go and meet with the Prime Minister, who was Stephen Harper at the time. Now, he knew that when he met Stephen Harper that he was supposed to say, Mr. Prime Minister. But Mr. Prime Minister is also supposed to address him correctly with being a moderator. So when he gets there, the Prime Minister did not know what to call him. So the Prime Minister says to him, "So what should I call you?" And he looked at him and he said, "Well, Stephen, call me Hands." All right, I'll be back when it's all done. All right, they're finished. Now, this is the one that was done for Bill. This was done on the pizza pan with the pizza parchment. This is the one, doesn't fit on this pan properly because it was done on the pizza stone. It's more well done. I think that for me, I like the well done, but for Bill, this is probably better for him. So we're going to go and enjoy this. I'm sure it tastes very good. Haven't tasted it yet, but I'm sure it tastes very good. And I want to thank you all for joining us today. And I sure hope you all make your own pizza too. All right, see you tomorrow.